Hello there. This is Ron LeGrand, and I want to spend a little time with you today talking about an additional income stream that we can add to your income streams. And this one is not going to cost you hardly any money to implement, and I think you're going to like it. And it's all about generating leads and then selling those leads. And so let me start by telling you what a lead is. It is nothing more than a prospect. If you're out there buying and selling houses, as I hope you are doing, because this is the best time I've seen in 27 years to be doing that, if you are doing that, then you're generating leads or buyers or sellers. In order for us to buy a house, we got to first get people to call us who have a house for sale. I call that a lead. And then when we get ready to sell the house, we have to get people to call us who are interested in buying a house. That's another lead. So we have leads on the buying side and on the selling side. Well, I've recently created a system that will allow you to take all of that information that you normally would throw in the trash, because there's only a handful of these leads that come in every week that we'd be interested in buying. We go out and we do whatever we're going to do, send out the yellow letter campaign or put out signs or run ads or doing whatever to get sellers to call us with houses for sale, and we collect that information on a property information sheet. Well, the property information sheet tells us all about the house, but in a minute you're going to learn how we can actually ask a few more questions to that same person and get paid for asking those questions when we get yes answers. It's going to be very exciting. You're going to see how to generate at least another $3,000 or $4,000 a month into your current revenue stream, and I mean even if you don't even buy or sell a house. So let me go through the process with you, and hopefully you'll grasp where I'm coming from and see how easily you can implement this into your business. So I hope you know what a lead is. It's nothing more than a prospect, and you've got to generate those regardless of how you do it, whether you're buying and selling houses. So in fact, if you're in any business, regardless of what business you're in, you've got to generate leads of people who might have a reason to do business with you, and then follow up on those leads and work with the ones who want to work with you. So let's just picture you're mailing out yellow letters or you're putting out signs or whatever. People are calling you with a property information sheet that you collect the information on. You know, the one that asks them how many bedrooms and baths and what the mortgage information is and so forth. So you're filling out that information, and now you have this completed sheet. Well, there are other industries that would like to buy that information from you. And I don't mean other real estate investors, I mean other industries. For example, realtors are always interested in knowing when someone's got a house for sale that's not listed. So right there is a built-in lead buyer. And our realtors are paying us and will pay you $25 for that information. All they want from you is a little bit of information about the house, the individual's phone number and the name and house address. And in fact, you could literally just send them the whole property information sheet and automatically get paid $25 for every single one of those you fill out. So right there by itself, that ought to be exciting to you, because that's normally a sheet that you would throw in the trash and not get anything for. But if we just sell it to one realtor, it's worth $25. Now let's add a mortgage broker onto that. You see, mortgage brokers want to know. People need refinanced, or they need a loan to buy a new house. Mortgage brokers pay big money for that information. They can get that in person on the telephone and follow up, and they can get some of those folks to do business with them. Now, anybody who buys a lead from you, they're not going to turn every one of those into customers. That's just not the way it works. Let's just take the realtor, for example. If I get a realtor to pay me $25 a lead for, say, 10 leads, I would expect them to convert maybe one of those to a listing. So it comes down to this. Would a realtor pay $250 for one listing that will get them thousands of dollars when they sell the house? And the answer is yes. Not only will they, but they're going to pay for that lead, whether they get it from me or get it some other way. All I am is another way of marketing, but when they pay me for a lead, it's a very, very, very qualified lead, because the customer has answered yes, I want to do business with that realtor, and that's the whole premise of this system. We're just simply finding people, and we're asking them a series of questions, and then we're selling that information with their permission to industries who want to work with those folks to earn their business. In fact, about mortgage modification, for example. Just think of all the companies that are out there in the mortgage modification business right now. Anytime a seller calls you and their mortgage is behind on payments, you've got a lead that a mortgage modifying company will buy for you for $25 in a heartbeat. They'll be thrilled to give you $25 for that lead. because they will call those folks and they will convert a reasonable amount of those leads to real dollars, real customers. So, in fact, I'm going to just turn to my manual here, and just so you can get clarity on how we're going to collect this information, I'm just reading right out of my book here. Let's just say that a seller called you and you've finished filling out the property information sheet, which is also in the manual here, and you've got the questions to the answers to the questions that you want to know about the house. Now watch the segue where we get through with the property information, and then we work them right over to where they give us yes or no answers. And every time we get a yes answer to one of these questions, it's worth $25 to you. So just watch this segue. It says, okay, my boss will be calling you back about your home today or tomorrow, but before we go, we've teamed up with several businesses in your area who'd like to give you free products and services on groceries, restaurants of all kinds, home services, and other special offers in an effort to earn your business and provide services you'll probably need if you're selling your home or even if you're not. Would you like hundreds of dollars in free stuff? So by asking that question at the end, the consumer that's called, the person selling the home, is either going to say yes or no that they want a whole bunch of free stuff. Now, of course, everybody wants $100 worth of free stuff, so they're almost all going to say, well, yeah, sure. So just watch the continual line of questions. Now, keep in mind that I'm going to give you some examples here dedicated on industries that we know will buy leads from you, but you will only insert these questions after you found the companies that will pay you for these leads. For example, do you need an appraiser to value your home or another? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, appraisers will be thrilled to pay $25 for that information. Are you going to need your carpet cleaned soon? Does your house need pressure washed? Do you need a house cleaning service? Do you need a handyman or a contractor? These are all yes or no questions right on down the line. And every time you get a yes to one of those questions, there's an industry out there that'll pay you $25 for each one of those leads. I've got about 20 questions just in my example here in my manual. Again, you will add the questions to the list as you get the vendors to buy the leads. And don't worry, I'm getting to that as well on how you're going to sell the leads. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. You're going to generate leads to buy and sell houses whether you sell the leads or not. In the past, you'd throw 98% of them away and you'd only pick a couple out of there a week that you'd go look at and buy. Well, not anymore. Now, every single one of those leads that come into you is going to be worth anywhere from $50 to $500 per piece of paper. And let me explain to you what I'm saying. For example, somebody calls you and they have a house for sale. You're already going to sell it to a mortgage broker and to a realtor and probably to a mortgage modification company. My friend, that's $75 right there just out of that one lead. Now you go down your list here and you get a bunch of yes answers. If you get one yes answer out of all of this list and you're selling it to a realtor and a mortgage broker and a mortgage modification company, you just made $100 for that piece of paper. If you get more than one yes answer, you're going to get $25 for every single one of those yeses. And to make a long story short, you could easily get $200 for every piece of paper that you generate that you used to throw in the trash. But let's knock it down just a little bit and let's say that every one of those property information sheets is only worth $100 to you. Now just do a little bit of simple math. $100 on the average, which means you only need 4 yes answers in its entirety to get $100 for each single lead. Now let's just say you go out and you only get 20 people to call you with a house for sale this week. 20 people, that's all you get. You just made $2,000. If you get 50 people to call you with a house for sale, my friends, you just made $5,000 by selling information before you even get around to buying a house. And that's what this brand new system is all about. But remember, that's just with sellers calling you. We're also going to collect information from home buyers when they call us and sell that information as well. And we're also going to collect information from people who call us but do not have a house for sale. So in the system that I've created for you, we're going to collect information from everybody who calls us, and we're going to sell that information when we get them to say yes. And you remember in here, there's a shameless bribe in here to get them to say yes, because we're not going to send them free coupons, but the businesses that buy the leads from us are certainly going to give them all kinds of free stuff. And if you wish, you could even add your own little package of free stuff that your businesses in your area that would be thrilled for you to give away to the customers. You know, the same coupons that they're paying to put in the Mint or other advertisements. So All we're doing is bringing people in, offering them free goodies, getting some yes or no answers, and then selling those yes answers. That's what the whole lead business is all about. Okay, I've got a brand new system that I created, and I spent years putting this thing into a system like this, because I've actually been doing this for several years now, but really not as a business like I've just created here. What I have here now is truly a business in a box. It's called the Lead Selling Machine, and I'll go through the contents of it here just so you'll know how powerful this thing is. We're getting rave reviews on this system for the folks who attended the class live. And in fact, there's a whole section in here on how to go get businesses to buy your leads, and I provide every single one of the tools you'll need. Just listen to the tools that are in this. I have an entire email campaign to send out to the businesses. There's about 24 websites in here for you to go get the emails of businesses where you live. We have a postcard campaign. I even have a script where you can pick up the telephone and call them if you want to, because that's probably one of the best ways to do it. We have a script where our people are doing it here at Global. They call the businesses and they screen them with some easy opening questions that I've created, and we find out if they have interest real fast. And then if they have interest real fast, you can either close them right on the telephone or make an appointment with them. Well, you don't have to do that, because I've got all kinds of systems in here that'll drive them to your website, which I'll come back to here in a moment, and it'll do the selling for you. I've got display ads, I've got classified ads, I've even got a radio campaign. I've created radio commercials to get businesses to go to your website or to call you to learn how you can help them grow their business, and they can buy qualified leads from you. So I got the whole system covered on how to go sell the leads. And remember, you only have to sell the leads once to one business to start collecting that $25 for that industry. And then I got a whole system in here on locating sellers of homes, so that when the sellers call you, you can capture the information so that you can sell it to the businesses, and it's all going to be done autopilot for you. In a minute I'll get to how we've got a website set up for you to do it that does all the work for you. But I've got the yellow letter campaign in here. I spent the entire day talking about how to drive in sellers, yard signs, pointer signs, classified ads, a radio campaign. I've got some brand new radio commercials that you can use to duplicate and just get sellers calling you. And then of course there's the buyers. I got a whole nother campaign to get buyers calling you when you have houses for sale. Now, it might have occurred to you along the way that if we can actually get paid for advertising, if we can get paid for getting people to call us, that simultaneously we're going to want more people calling us, which is going to mean we're going to wind up buying more houses along the way and creating the large paydays that we're getting in houses. What I've done here is take the business of buying and selling houses and created a byproduct business of selling leads from it. And frankly, I expect that the business of selling leads could easily overtake the buying and selling house business if you truly understand the power of selling these leads. And incidentally, selling leads is a multi-billion-dollar industry. I didn't just make this stuff up. Anytime you put in any information on the internet anywhere, somebody is buying that information and paying good money for it. Well, the system is going to come with an entire website set up for you to sell leads. And it's set up to sell your lead buyers so that when they come to the website, it explains to them why they should buy leads from you. It answers all of their questions, and it gives them a little old form to fill out where they drop in their credit card number. Once they drop in their credit card number there and they commit to buying your leads, they'll also put in there how many they will buy per week. And I would not mess with anybody who wants less than 10 a week. And then they will put in there how much money with their cap per week. So the customer comes in, the business, and they fill all of that out, and the website literally now is ready to run your business for you. So picture this. Customer calls in that's got a house for sale. You will now probably take the call by voicemail, which means that you can eliminate the need for using Pat Live. You don't need Pat Live if you've got to call the customer back anyway. So you call the customer back, or in my system, you're going to get somebody to do it for you. They're going to fill out the property information sheet, and then they're going to ask the yes or no questions, and it's all going to be done right on the website right in front of you. So as soon as you get through asking those questions and putting yes or no there, you literally press print or press send, and it will send the leads out to the appropriate industries that have agreed to pay you for them. It will charge their card automatically and drop the money into your bank account, and there's nothing else for you to do. The website, so the website's going to handle all of the information collecting. It'll provide your database for this information. It's also a system to warehouse this information so that you can categorize it. And it literally will collect the money, and it'll also handle any of the inquiries from the businesses that are buying your leads. It'll send them an email if their credit card don't clear, which you're not sending them leads till your credit card clears, but it does that all for you. It really took my friend Tim Yandel a long time to get that thing ready to go, because he spent a lot of months on it at my insistence to get it ready. And here's something that's very interesting for you. When you get this system, I have got a built-in lead buyer already in here for you. I have found a company that will pay you $200 for everybody that you talk to that wants to lower their debt. One of the questions, for example, that you're going to add to your system is, would you be interested in lowering your unsecured debt to 50% or less guaranteed? And when you get a yes answer to that question, I've got a company that'll buy that information from you. Now, they won't pay you $200 for every yes, but they will pay you $200 for every customer that they convert from those leads, which they tell me is 1 out of 3. So that means every time you get 3 yeses, you will get a check back from this company for $200. And you've got to know that most of the people are going to answer yes to that question. So just picture that. You're asking them that question, you're getting a yes answer, and here comes $200, which basically converts to $66.66 every time you get a yes. I'm going to come back to that in a minute, because my friend, that is a gift that literally will not only pay for the minimal cost of this system, but literally can become a business for you if you truly understand how important it is to you. So here's what you're going to get. I've got a brand new business in a box here. It comes with a complete manual with all the tools right in it. It's got the entire marketing campaigns in it. It's got everything you need in it to do the business. And it comes with 8 CDs and 3 DVDs. We did the entire seminar, had it professionally filmed and edited. So not only are you going to be able to hear it, but you're going to be able to plug it in and see it. Now that's kind of important, because one of the DVDs is a presentation that Tim Yandel did on how to use the website and how to navigate through it. So you'll have that so you can get right on there. Of course, you don't really need it, because the website comes completely with a help menu on it and a guide to take you through it. It's really very simple to get your website set up and running. You're also, business comes complete so that you can plug it in right away, and so it comes with the online web training, and everything will be packaged in here, and the information is in here to where you can get a hold of that company that will buy the leads from you for people who want to reduce their debt for $200 each. Incidentally, we are currently selling leads to this company. They are the real deal. They are a Class Act company, and just so you'll know, they're only charging the consumer $199, and they're sending that entire $199 to you. It's actually $200. They're sending you $1 more than they're collecting. They only get paid if they reduce the consumer's debt, and it's part of the payment structure that they put the consumer in. So literally, the consumer is going to wind up paying the same with or without the services of this company. And I've checked them out and found that they're very reputable, and they do a great job with people helping them to get their debt reduced. So they are thrilled to pay you $200 for every customer that they bring in. And again, they don't charge any more up front than the $200. And so if they don't get their debt reduced, they don't charge them another cent. Okay, I got a great offer for you. If you're interested in what I've told you here today, I want you to take this system and try it out and see what you think about it. And you have 30 days to totally to check it out and refund and return it and get a total refund if you don't like what you hear. The system sells for $997, which frankly for business is pretty darn cheap. So, but I will divide that up for you into 3 payments, and I've got a special offer for you here right now. Here's what I'm going to do for you if you order this system before you get off this site. Number 1. I'm going to pay the $199 to get your website set up to run this business, because that's what it costs, is $199. As you go and order this system, that order form will be right there to get your website set up. I'm also going to pay your first month's fee for the website to be housed and operated. It's $199 a month to host your website and to provide all of the intricate details that are involved in that. I'm going to pay for that first month. So you're going to get a $199 setup fee and a $199 first month fee waived. I'm handling it for you. Plus, at the same time, you're going to need a merchant account. Now the merchant account is you have to have a merchant account to be able to charge credit cards, and you have to be able to charge credit cards or you're not going to be able to run this business. Remember, the website does that for you, but you've got to be able to handle MasterCard, Visa, and American Express. At the same time that you register for the course, there will be an application in there for you to fill out, and Tim Yandel's company will get you set up with a merchant account so that you can be ready to charge within the next few days. So I'm going to waive the $99 fee for that. I'm paying it for you. So literally you're getting about $500 worth of fees that you are not going to have to pay when you purchase this system. Now, the cost is 3 payments of $349, but if you get the order in by the red date, if you look down below, after I'm off the screen here, you'll see a red date. If you're within that red date and you order right away, I'm going to make that last payment for you. So you will only have 2 payments of $349, or if you wish to go ahead and prepay it now, you can, for a total of $650. And remember, you have 30 days to examine it. If you don't like it, just send it back and we'll refund your money immediately. But let's come back to that, that company that will buy those leads from you from people who want to reduce their unsecured debt for just a second. I want you to think with me just for a second how many of those things we got to sell to pay for this whole system. If you pay $650 for this system, and you get paid $200 for every one of those leads that buys, you've only got to sell 3 or 4, let's call it 4, and you've broken even. That means if you just get 12 people in an entire month to say yes to, yes, I want to reduce my unsecured debt to 50% or more, then you literally are going to pay for this system from just those 12 yeses. But let's assume that we actually get serious about this and we start looking at that company as a business within the business. You see, that's how I see them. I see them as a built-in lead buyer who will buy all the leads that you can generate from people who say yes to that question, and literally you can create several $1,000s a month just from that one lead buyer. For example, suppose you get 100 yeses in the course of a month, just 100 yeses. Now let's look at that now. We're asking the same question to people who call whether they have a house for sale, people who call just to tell us they don't have a house for sale, and then people who call looking for a house to buy. So we literally got those 3 sources to ask that question to. And I'm only saying we only talk to 100 people a month that say, yes, I'd like to reduce my debt. What that means is that they will sell about 1/3 of those people into their program, and every time they do, you get a check for $200. That means $6,600 per month could easily come in to your cash flow by adding that one question to a lead system that's easy to add to a business of buying and selling houses that you should already have set up and running if you're watching this video. So, I mean, I can't impress upon you how strongly, how important it is for you to get this thing added to your program and do it quickly. You can be set up and running with this system and selling to the lead buyer that I'm going to furnish you within a matter of 2 days. It'll take you a few more days to get other businesses added to it, but I would say within the first 30 days, this program should be worth several $1,000s a month to you, and it costs you very, very little to add it to your business. It took me a long time to create it. It'll only take you about 30 days to implement it. So go ahead and scroll down right now and get this thing before we release it to the rest of the world, and while you can still get this great discount and this great package that I'm offering you, you got to beat the red date. See you soon.